Hello everyone and welcome to SOS Wrestling and to the 5th episode of my local global series. We're starting off today with UPW Over the Limit. We are currently at the small size, so we are on step 2 of local global. If I am remembering correctly, it's small, regional, cult, national, international, and global. So we're not anywhere close to the final product, but hopefully we can get there eventually. We will have 2 shows today, or in this episode. I'm recording this for those who are interested on Tuesday because I got lazy on the weekend because I'd been trying to figure out how streaming was going to work and all that good stuff. If you haven't checked out the stream, I encourage you to check it out this weekend. I'm probably going to do 2 streams or just one really long one on Saturday morning. I guess it would be morning to afternoon because I normally do them at like 10 Central Time. But I'll go over that another time, and we can just jump right into the show. So, to start off, Julius Smokes is standing in the ring with a microphone. Smokes says, "Unfortunately, I come to you with some bad news. UPW owner and founder sustained injury while wrestling in another promotion, so we are going to have to postpone the 4th match in Carino vs. Carino series. But don't think that Colby Carino is going to be getting an easy week because of his father's injury. No. Tonight, Colby Carino will be going one-on-one with former UPW heavyweight champion Dalton Castle. He's got a 35 rating, no worker improvements, just trying to keep that rivalry fresh. And also, he actually did sustain an injury. So putting Dalton Castle in a match allowed me to, get a good match out of Colby and not have to put him up against Steve again. Okay, and about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling, Joey Janela defeated Flex Freeman in 10:39 by pinfall with a handful of tights. Janela got a 40, Freeman got a 22. No worker improvements, this got a 31 rating overall. And moving on, a decent match, Dalton Castle defeated Colby Carino in 10:50 by pinfall. He got a 46, which was kind of disappointing. Carino got a 25, which is pretty good for himself, and he's still improving, so can't wait till Colby Carino is at a status where I can actually trust him with titles, because I think it's going to be very easy and very interesting to book him in matches. 33 rating, not bad for a mid-card match. An unfamiliar face is in the ring with a mic. Rhett, who I guess his name says, "For the unlucky few who don't know who I am Rhett Titus, also known as the Romantic Touch. You can ask your wife why I'm called that. You might be wondering why the sexiest man alive, the Prince of Perfection, is in the ring right now. Well, to answer your oh-so-well-worded question, I, Rhett Titus, am offering a formal invitation to David Starr to get his ass kicked by the greatest man to ever live." Starr's music hits as the Iron Man champion emerges from the back. Starr says, "I'm flattered by your offer, and while you will be getting your match, you're not going to be the one leaving with this title." So a 25 rating, not great, but, pretty good for 2 people who don't really have anything to go towards promos. Rhett Titus's cocky gimmick got a great. Pretty sure we don't need gimmicks in UPW, but it's good to see that, I guess. And about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling, David Starr defeated Rhett Titus in 11:44 by submission. David Starr makes defense number 1 of his UPW Iron Man title. Starr got a 36, Titus got a 27, so pretty good rating by Titus. If we can get him up to a 30, then I think he'll be a good mid-card talent. David Starr, obviously, doing pretty good with a 35, 36 average. And that's all you can really ask from a mid-card title holder at this point in the local global series, so I'm happy with this match. And about that, a decent reaction to the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling, LAX defeated the Colony in 12:40 when Angel Ortiz defeated the Silver Ant by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. LAX make defense number 2 of the UPW tag team titles. LAX both got 31s. Fire Ant got a 30, Silver Ant got a 35, Mach got a 31 overall. And apparently the color commentator gave the match a boost. And I'm pretty sure Steve Carino's doing color, so that's why. Since he was injured, obviously, I still wanted to use him. Moving on. Dalton Castle, Brent Tate, and Brandon Tate, also known as the Boys, attack Angel Ortiz and Santana. And moving on, this got an 18, so not great. But Alice Colon runs down to the ring to chase Castle and his boys away. As they retreat to the back, Castle grabs a mic and starts to speak. Latin American assholes, that's what you call yourselves, right? Brent says, I'm pretty sure that's right. Your reign of terror is coming to an end, because our fabulous GM, Julius Smokes, just booked us in a 3v3 losers leave the company match, and it'll be oh so sweet to take you out for good. Castle and his boys head to the back as LAX start talking amongst themselves in the ring. So, we are going to have a 3v3 losers leave the company match. If Castle and his boys do win, then I guess we're going to have to vacate both the heavyweight and the tag team titles, because the LAX currently hold both of them. So this is a good way to end the show with a 37 rating for an overall rating of 29. So not great, but it did increase our popularity in all 45 regions. I'm going for P. I guess I should tell Colby he should do better. I was okay with his performance, but it could always be better. Joey Janela told that Cumberland had a good performance, and I think Dalton Castle, well, I'll tell David Starr he has to do better. Just, I'll give him some encouragement. Colby Carino not too concerned, Joey Janela pleased, and David Starr pleased. So, moving on to the next show. Not sure what I'm going to call it. I should really start planning these out, but at this point, who really cares? Names don't really matter all that much until we get like the TV deal and we have the 12 pay-per-views a month. That's whenever I'll really start remembering the names of the shows, I guess. But moving on to the second show. Alright, so to start off, UPW Sudden Impact, which is what I ended up calling this, which is also being held in front of 204 people. Flex Freeman defeated Justin Diamore in 5:36 by pinfall. Freeman got a 28, Diamore got a 15. Diamore's improving, which is good. I wasn't really expecting him to do great. But Freeman actually did a lot better than expected. If I can get him to like a 30-something, he'll be right where I want him to start using him more regularly on shows. And that's really it for this match. Rhett Titus makes his entrance and grabs a mic. Titus says, "As you all saw last month, I was cheated and screwed out of the UPW Iron Man title. Unfortunately, Julius Smokes doesn't see it that way. So tonight, I'm restarting my glorious ascent to the top of the mountain that is UPW, and I guarantee to you, through romantic touch, Rhett Titus will be the face of Uproar Pro Wrestling." So just a little promo by Rhett Titus, got a 26 rating, not bad at all, at least for Rhett Titus. And he does end up beating Silver Ant in 10:49 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. 27 rating. Rhett Titus only got a 24, but he was really off his game, so can't complain too hard on that one, and especially considering it was the second match of the night. After the match, Rhett Titus celebrates in the ring. He takes the celebration way too far, healing it up and going entirely overboard. This got a 38. I guess he's has really good entertainment for, I guess, a small company, so we'll definitely be using that more in promos. And Rhett Titus is here to stay, it seems like, in UPW. So moving on. And about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. David Starr defeated Will Ferrara in 9:17 by submission. This was not for the UPW Iron Man title. So 29 rating means it's alright. 27 rating by Will Ferrara, 34 by David Starr. Good by David Starr. Will Ferrara could do better, but he is improving in performance, so can't complain on that. David Starr is standing in the ring with after his match when Julius Smokes emerges from the back with a mic. Smokes says, "Great win, David. Really, I'm impressed. Now, it's no secret that you and I have some animosity between us, but I'd like to make it up to you. I brought a man you know very well here tonight, and he'd like to congratulate you too." Suddenly, JT Dunn emerges from the crowd and attacks Starr from behind. Once he's beaten Starr down, he nods at Smokes and retreats back into the crowd. It's got a 42 rating, mainly based off Smokes' microphone. No improvements. To explain, because this storyline did not occur in UPW, for those who don't know, JT Dunn and David Starr were in a tag team for a couple years, and David Starr ended up turning, I think it was David Starr, he ended up turning on JT Dunn, turning JT Dunn face, but it looks like JT Dunn hasn't had the thought that he didn't get the last laugh in that series of matches, so he's back in UPW. Or I guess he's debuting in UPW to take over, take everything that David Starr loves, also meaning the Iron Man title. And it looks like he's also working with Julius Smokes. And about that, had a decent reaction from the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling, Colby Carino defeated Steve Carino in 9:47 by pinfall. 23 rating, not great. Steve Carino was off his game, got a 34. Colby Carino got a 28, which is good for him. I'm hoping he could get up to like a 30, mid-30s, mid to low 30s by the end of the year. It is currently October, and I will talk about what we are going to be doing for the last two shows of the year. Very big news, I guess. I guess it's not news, and just big if you're a consistent watcher of this series, which I hope you all are. After the match, Colby and Steve stare each other down until Steve leaves the ring as Colby starts to celebrate his victory. Now they are tied 2-2. Next win wins the series. Best of 5 series. There is really no prize for winning the series. It is just a blood feud at this point. Things seem to have cooled down a little bit after attacking each other after the match almost every week. They have seems to maybe gain a little bit of respect for each other, possibly. That might just be crazy talk, but a 32 rating is pretty good. And about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling, Alex Colon and LAX defeated Dalton Castle and the boys in 14:47 when Alex Colon defeated Brent Tate by pinfall. In terms of in-ring work, Dalton Castle was head and shoulders above everybody else, and Ortiz and Santana were both off their games, but they both got 28 and 29, so that's not bad. 34 ratings, not bad. Brent Tate's improving performance. Alex Colon got a 37, which I'd like to see that go up because he is our heavyweight champion. But, with Dalton Castle and his boys losing, if you were paying attention and didn't just skip to this part, they will be out of the company. They are fired now. UPW is, I guess, LAX rid Castle and his boys from UPW. They're gone. If you'd like some explanation, some backstage explanation, I guess, Dalton Castle and the Tate brothers were getting really expensive, a lot more expensive than I'd like to pay at this point in the series, and a lot more expensive than I think they are worth at this point in the series. Hopefully we can bring them back eventually, because it wasn't like you can never come back. It was just, you're fired. So hopefully we can bring them back. 34 ratings, not bad. After the match, Ortiz and Santana start celebrating in the ring, but Colon does not join them. Instead, Colon goes to ringside to get a steel chair. He starts to brutalize the defenseless Castle as his fellow LAX members look on uneasily. Colon's attacks don't stop until security come out and take him to the back. It's got a 20 rating for the last segment of the show, and it looks like there's some uneasiness between LAX and their leader, Alex Colon. So we'll see if that develops into anything. 30 rating for the show. Yeah, pretty good. Seems to be our average for the last few shows. But now I have to talk about next episode. So, next episode will come out, obviously, next Thursday. Or Wednesday, sometime in there. and it will feature one probably smaller show because I need to save money for the big show at the end of the year, UPW Night of Champions. It will be at the very end of the year, maybe the last day of the year, either the last Friday or Sunday of the year, because I want to get a ton of sponsorship money so I can bring in new guys, have a ton of surprises, and just go ham with this last show. So maybe even Dalton Castle comes back, who knows. So also, if there's anyone who's not in WWE or signed to like any written contracts that you know of, who you want to see at UPW Night of Champions, and if you made it this far in the video, one, I thank you for that. But if you want to see anyone in UPW Night of Champions, comment down below, because I will take them into consideration, because I really don't know. I know 3 guys who I'm going to, or 3 or 2 that I'm going to put on UPW Night of Champions, but other than that, I'm at a loss, and we need to have a bunch of debuts. So, other than that, I just want to thank you for watching. If you did like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.